So, a lot of today's news covers Bernadeschi, Aaron Ramsey, and Miralem Pjanic. Great. Hi guys, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. I'm Justin Sofro, and today is Tuesday, June 1st. This is our original start date, so glad to be back, glad to get into it. I apologize today. I'm a little sick and I've been up for, let's see what this is here. I've been up for 18 hours straight. So we're getting into it now. So bear with me as I do this. I'm feeling a little under the weather. All right, to start off the news, we have an old retread name coming up, which is not exactly what you want to hear when the transfer market starts up. But it appears that Miralem Pjanic is possibly hoping to return to Italy. We have a few news stories covering that. Tuto Sport is personally saying that Pjanic is disappointed by his experience in Barcelona. He's contacted Max Allegri, and Allegri is in favor of this hypothesis, but it will be necessary to find the right formula for the deal, and he could return on a loan. Going along with that, Nico Ballis is saying that Pjanic wants to return to Italy. Juve is first choice with contacts on their way. Allegri is thinking about it. And then most importantly, a good source that we have is Mirko Di Natale, who is saying it's true. Pjanic would like to return to Juve. He's unhappy at Barcelona. Plus, there's Allegri, who always held him in high regard. For the moment, however, there's nothing concrete between the two clubs. I'm trying to hold back, honestly, with that. As we sit currently, and I'll preface this with the saying of that I really enjoyed Pjanic when he was here. He was a fine player, nothing great, but he was fine. I enjoyed his son, Eden, cute kid, perfect, but no. I don't know what else to say. No, we don't need Pjanic back. Last year we traded him for Arthur, who he's been when he's been playing in a few games this season, he's been serviceable. But overall, I don't like the main reason we got rid of Pjanic is because our midfield sucks, to be honest. Our midfield's terrible. We don't need a retread of the same thing. I understand maybe there's something that Allegri sees that he can do with him, but no, at this point we don't need Pjanic back. When it comes to Pjanic, the three big issues are his wage, his age, and of course, the last season and a half, he was terrible. The last that I really remember about Pjanic actually contributing something seriously, I think he had one rocket of a goal that was scored. I can't remember who the opponent was, but I'll tell you what it was. I know what it was. It happened, I believe it. Okay, I say I know it was. I'm fairly certain where it was. It happened in September of 2019 because I remember I was in Italy when it happened. I wasn't at the match, unfortunately, but I recall where I was and celebrating Pjanic actually doing something, contributing something. Like I said, Pjanic is another. He's another player that's closer to my age range. I'm 31. We don't need anybody in their 30s or close to it. Right now, the whole point of this is we need to rejuvenate our team. We need midfielders that are young. We need a Locatelli. We need somebody like that, Awar, whatever we can get. But right now, Pjanic is not. He shouldn't even be a consideration right now. If we're going to go with anything with Pjanic, maybe I don't even know that I can really try to justify any idea of bringing him back right now. So I'm sorry, but Pjanic is a no for me. Moving on, we have more Donnarumma and Szczesny rumors. I know you've been waiting for those. Corriere della Sera is saying that Raiola would try to accelerate negotiations with Juve in these hours. The club aims to save something compared to the 10 million euro offered because according to Allegri, it doesn't make sense to sell out for a goalkeeper. Better to invest in other areas. I'm going to have to disagree with Allegri right now. I talked about this last video. I don't need to go over it again. But as it stands right now, to me, I think you do what you can to get Donnarumma. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now, as well as he's the goalkeeper of the Italian national team. That means a lot. But also, he's 22 years old. Right now, your current goalkeeper, Szczesny, is 31 years old. So, yeah, rejuvenation. 22 years old, perfect. You've got a whole decade set up, if you're lucky. And then we go on to Monblano, who was reporting that there was a 1% chance of Szczesny that he will stay at Juventus, and I don't know, I don't know where he gets these percentage, but I mean I enjoy them; they're hilarious. If he's wrong, I will probably rage, so we'll see how that goes. But he's reporting that right now there is a 99.98% chance of Donnarumma that he will join Juventus for next season. I mean, if you're putting out those numbers, I mean, yes, I know Milano is Milano, but at that point, if you're putting out those numbers, you better be correct. And God willing, I hope he is correct. And then going off of that, Fabrizio Romano is currently saying that there's no chance for Szczesny to go to Arsenal. So it seems to kind of put the bull in that. I don't know what other club may be courting Szczesny, or maybe we may be able to sell him to. Usually Milano though is pretty in tune when it comes to the actual to Juventus and to the players there. So he must know something that I don't. Well, obviously he knows something I don't. But I'm hoping that they can make this work, because right now, if you lose Donnarumma, okay, there's also, and I'm not reporting this, and not that I'm reporting it anyway, but going off of some reports that have been talked about, I think there's he's not a journalist, I think it's a commentator for Sky or something like that, is currently saying about the potential of Donnarumma, saying that it's like basically done, that he's going to PSG. If that happens, I'll lose my bleep. I'm trying to not cuss on this for right now, but I will lose my collective bleep maybe on here if he does. I'm furious that the Italian national team, if we lose another top Italian prospect to the French league, like part of me can understand. I understand PSG has a ton of money, but to go play in France rather than play for your home country in Italy, especially for Juventus in the Champions League, I don't know. It's infuriating to me that Verratti's there. That right now they have Moise Kean, and then if they get Donnarumma on top of that, you may see I'm not saying a meltdown. You may see some kind of raging happen on here. Moving on, the management, currently Allegri will have a meeting on Thursday, is being reported by Gazzetta dello Sport. Main topics that they're going to have are the transfer targets, the future of Ronaldo, and then Chiellini and Bonucci's confirmation with the club, staying with them. I've kind of gone over that already. I know what to expect with Ronaldo. Seems like Chiellini and Bonucci have at least another year with the club. I think it's a good idea. So El Bianconeri is reporting that he has not launched signals he wants to stay at any cost with Juventus. He remains a favorite of Leonardo at PSG. It is not a priority, but the idea is there, and at the right moment, it could also turn into something more. With Juve would be open to a new exchange. I don't know exactly what their market currently looks like, with who they may be willing to trade. If it's a player like Verratti, yes, please. I doubt it, but that would be someone I'm interested in, obviously. So just as something to keep an eye on. And then also we get to everybody's favorite Italian player, an Italian national player, especially actually I'll say it's Andrea Pirlo's wife's favorite Italian national player, Federico Benedeschi, also reported by El Bianconeri, is saying that he has showed his best form under Allegri. Federico is confident of working with Allegri because the concession of tactical freedom Max allows. Okay, I'm going to get through this last sentence, but it's difficult. I mean, and I've been a Bernardeschi apologist, forgiver. I wouldn't say apologist, but I've been giving him more opportunities than anybody else. And if everything goes to plan, he will be like a new signing for Juve. Yep, that's what they're saying. Anyway, moving on. We have a news report that Aaron Ramsey he did an interview with Sky Sport UK. In this interview, he stated that I'm a Juve player, and after the European Championship, I will return to Turin. The last 2 years have been very frustrating because of the many injuries I have suffered. At a new club, a player would like to start off strong to show all his qualities, but physical problems and COVID did not help. Any kind of interview like this, I don't really know what to take from it. I mean, of course, he's a Juventus player currently. I know a lot of times you don't want to talk about, things going on behind the scenes. Maybe you're trying to look at other places, maybe whatever. I think you don't really want to talk about the rumors with any kind of media currently. But I mean, to me, there's no way that he can't, that he doesn't know, like, his time is over at Juventus. It never took off. I mean, there have been moments where he's produced a couple times earlier this season. I remember the very first, I believe it was the first match of the season. I fooled myself into thinking that maybe Andrea Pirlo had figured out something with Aaron Ramsey, but it was not to be, as we've seen mostly throughout the rest of the season, especially when you have players like Federico Chiesa, even Weston McKennie, and Adrian Rabiot stepping up as they have this season. One last little bit of news right before I wrap it up. Romeo Gresti just reporting that Andrea Barzagli is another member that he wants to bring back for his staff. I think that's a big deal. It'll obviously, one of the things that you can really think about is that it would be the reunion of the BBC with Bonucci, Barzagli, and Chiellini, which would be really cool to see one last, hurrah with them. Also, BBC here in America means something totally different. Don't Google it or do it at your own time, but it means something different here. So I remember when people used to talk about the BBC, I was very confused. Regardless, it'll be great to have Barzagli back, and we'll see where it goes from here. But that's all the news I have for you today. Be sure to check in with us tomorrow to get the latest roundup covering all things Juventus. Please like the video and subscribe, as it really helps the channel as we're really starting to grow and take off, hopefully, from here. And don't forget to hit that bell to always stay up to date and notified of all of our latest videos and other content drops. And remember to follow Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram at Bianconeri Zone, and follow me at Justin Soffer on Twitter. Forza Bianconeri, Forza Juve.